Oh, yeah. Oh, let's fucking go. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel, where sometimes we get covered in blood before a stream, and 5 minutes before I even come on, I had to cover myself with shaving cream to get it all off, which is so much fun. Fake blood is a lot of fun. Let's just say we filmed some crazy weird shit that you guys will see soon. Funny stuff. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, though. Welcome. Come on in with arms wide open. I was trying to do a Creed thing and I forgot the melody. Anyways, JT Spooks is here, who is also from YouTube. Love the fucking Pride mask, my friend. I got one myself. Have you ever watched Megan is Missing? I have. It's it's worth it for that one creepy visual. I'll give you that. But that's kind of all the film has to offer. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I need more than just a creepy visual. Sometimes I need a little more than just that. But it's an interesting movie. It's interesting. I'm not crazy about documentary style horror. I know some people like swear by it, love it. I just can't get into it as much. But some people love that one. Some people are really into it. So it's just not a horror movie for me personally. But Wrestling God is saying, Jake, just wanted to say that I just watched the Scream 1996 reaction video of Cass React, and I had this same exact thought in my head. Do you think that Stu did all of the killing in 96? When Billy just did nothing, he didn't kill anybody. It was all Stu, and Stu was the one to tell Roman and Billy the information that they needed just so they could kill everybody, and that was the plan to have Stu escape. Oh shit. I mean, I don't think so. I feel like there's evidence that Billy probably had to have killed somebody. Like, isn't Stu at the party when Tatum gets murdered? Right? Like, that has to be Billy. From what I remember. I'm like 90% sure that has to be Billy. Or what is that? Well, because yeah, doesn't Billy show up at the door like a moment later, like out of breath and he's all sweaty and like he probably just came from the garage? Yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure Billy and Stu both did some of the killing. I would imagine. Billy was like, honestly, if anything, Billy probably did most of the killing. I mean, the guy was crazy. Guy was nuts. I would believe that Billy did a lot of the killing after, the shit he talks about at the end of the movie, but Stu, not as much. I'm almost like, shit. I feel like Stu was kind of the one that was a little more apprehensive, a little more like, I don't know about this. Should we be doing this, Billy? And Billy's like, yeah, we got to get revenge. Yeah, we got to kill Sydney for some fucking reason because Roman put us up to do this. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like they did some of the killing. With Richie and Amber, bit of a different story because like Richie's always with Sam that entire movie. So kind of hard to argue that. But in the case of the first one, I feel like they definitely both did some of the killing. But that's just me. Gaming Cool Wolf Vlogs, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome. Lollipop Sanchez is here too, saying, sup Jake, how you been, my bloodthirsty friend? That's me. By the way, I'll be a KillJoy cult member soon. Hell yeah, Lollipop Sanchez. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for the support. Or future support, whatever you want to call it. Thank you. Love it, man. Thanks for being here. Joey XYZ is saying, who wants to do Scream trivia? I'm always down for that. And also asking a very important question, and a tough one at that. Holy shit. Freaky or Happy Death Day? Woo! That's a tough one right there. Freaky or Happy Death Day? I'm leaning towards Happy Death Day, but I might have some recency bias. I just watched that one the other night, but I love that movie so much. I love Freaky too, don't get me wrong, but I think I lean towards Happy Death Day personally. Both are great though. Both are so good. Chris is asking, have I ever seen Phantom of the Opera, the 1921s? That's the only one I believe I've seen. That's the first one, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, because there's like a 40s one. There's like a bunch of those, right? There's like a 40s one. I feel like there's like a 70s one. They remade like all that. They did like a Dracula in the 70s. I think they did like all of them, or a lot of the popular ones in the 70s too. But I think I've only seen the 1920s Phantom of the Opera. So I'm familiar with it. Not like, holy shit, it's the best story I've ever seen in my life, but it's really cool. It's a really cool old movie if you guys are into that. What's weird is with Nosferatu, I think I've only seen like clips of the original, but the 70s one I've seen all the way through, which is bizarre, but I really like that version of it. If you guys haven't seen that one, I'm sure the original is like fucking amazing. I've only seen like the scene from it where you see like the fucking shadow on the wall and all that. I haven't watched the whole thing, but man, that 70s one is pretty good too, though. Really like it. Very atmospheric. Like it's very slow. Some people might not be into that, but I love that shit. Oh, it's good. What movie are you the most excited for that is yet to come out this year? I'm very excited for Saw X. I can't wait for that. Very excited for VHS 85, but that's a guilty pleasure of mine. Apparently most people are not crazy about those, but I fucking love that series so much. Can't wait for VHS 85 on October 6th, when basically every other horror movie of the year comes out on that day, which is insane. There's so much is coming out that day. It's nuts. But VHS 85, I think, is the one I'm going to be watching first. Very excited for that. Saw X is going to be great, and Five Nights at Freddy's might be good. I don't know. It's a very mixed bag at the moment for me. I'm not sure if that one's going to be good or not. Nick Yunt. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at pronouncing things, my friend. What's up? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Legion is also here too. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome. Scream Fan is saying, thanks for the recommendation yesterday. Film Riot helped me a lot. Very nice. I learned how to edit VFX and got a lot of blood animations to use. Sick. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Keep watching, keep learning. Continuous improvement, my friends. That is the philosophy you got to live by if you're ever going to be an artist. Timeless Productions is saying, yo, Jake, hey. Yo, Timeless Productions. How's it going? Is it timeless over there? Can't tell the time? Fuck, are you just like, fuck clocks? Fuck that shit. We're just going at it. I don't care about time periods. I don't know where, this is a weird rant. Anyway, Stylee is saying, I prefer Happy Death Day. Fair. Ethan the Goat is saying, Mom, shut up. KillJoy Jake is live. Ethan the Goat, I love it, man. Thanks for being here, dude. Appreciate you. Scream Fan is also saying it's coming out in July. Very nice. July of 2024. Good luck, my friend. I hope you kill it. Timeless Productions is saying, did you see every Terror Train? I have not seen the new one. There's a Tubi original remake that I have not seen yet. I haven't heard good things, though, which is why I'm not racing to watch it. But I have seen the first one with Jamie. It's Jamie Lee Curtis is in that, right? Yes. And, oh my God, who's the magician that's like the killer? I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's a weird one. But I like it. Original Nosferatu is really good and creepy. Can't wait for the new one. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that. Yes, Robert Eggers is doing a new one too. It's getting a test screening soon, which is exciting. I can't fucking wait. That man is not missed for me, dude. With The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, all bangers across the board. We have so many good up-and-coming directors, man. It always makes me sad when I hear people say, like, oh, original movies are dead. And I'm like, but what about Babylon? What about Triangle of Sadness? What about The Northman? Like, these movies, they don't do well at the box office. No one goes and sees them. And then everyone complains that there's no new original horror, no new original movies in general. I don't know what to tell you. Scott Walker's hanging out with us tonight as well, saying, I heard Matthew Lillard, Nev Campbell to return for Scream 7. 7 will be a 2-part movie. None of this is confirmed, my friend, but I hope Nev Campbell comes back. Fingers crossed on that one. That would be pretty cool. Would love to see Sidney Prescott for one more hurrah. I love a good hurrah. Oscar Hernandez is saying, can't wait for Five Nights at Freddy's. That's going to be fun. Getting that around Halloween time. And it's not 3 hours long, opposed to some of the rumors about it. So glad that that's not happening. Legion is throwing $5 in there too. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. Saying that scene when Billy freaks out trying to find Sydney ripping and stabbing things, that's me trying to find my vape and tap. That's me trying to find my bowl at the end of the night. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Oop, I might be in trouble for that, but that's okay. That's, yes, no, I feel you. I feel you there, dude. Honest to God, like just ripping everything apart. Where is it? Oh, where's my dad pen? No, I feel you on that, man. I feel you big time on that one. That's really funny. Shit. I love that scene. I love that third act of Scream so much. I think it's one of my, the more I watch that movie, the more I'm like, wow, this third act is one of the best in movie history. Like, it is so fucking scary. It's so scary, but it keeps the campiness from like the first 2 acts alive. I fucking love it, man. That third act is like just the best of Scream. It's just like, you want some good Scream content? There you go. Third act, Billy and Stu stabbing each other in the guts. So upsetting, but also so much fun. Fuck. Love it. Legion, thank you for the $5, my friend. I do really appreciate it. And I could not relate more to that super chat. My God. Might be in trouble for that one, but that's okay. Mr. Rick is saying, good evening. Have you seen the trailer for Totally Killer? Dude, I've seen the trailer for this. I've seen the trailer for the new Pet Sematary, and I just have not had time to make videos about it. But both of these bad boys, I'm going to make some videos on today. There's so much news. I just had like an hour to make shorts. What did I do? I made 3 shorts. I made 3 shorts on like shit that happened yesterday, and I am nowhere near caught up. Nowhere near caught up on the news. It's been insane, Mr. Rick, these past couple of days. It's been nuts. So unfortunately, expect your subscription feed to get flooded with some shorts in the next 2 days, just about all this stuff. I do want to do a big video on Pet Sematary Bloodlines at some point this week, though. Maybe over the weekend, because I want to do my Conjuring ranking tomorrow morning. Actually, I might have time to do that tomorrow. Yeah, I want to rank the Conjuring universe with all 9 movies. And yes, I'm counting The Curse of La Llorona. I don't care what Michael Chavez, whatever his last name is. I don't care what he says. I'm including it in the ranking. We're doing 9 films, not 8. Fuck that shit. Doing that, and then I'll have a review out for A Haunting in Venice, I believe it's called. I'm seeing that some point tomorrow night, and I'll have a review up Friday. Very exciting stuff. So yes, I will talk about this, and I will talk about that Saw parody thing, which is so funny, the Nicole Kidman thing. If you guys go to AMC theaters, you might notice the very strange video that plays beforehand where it's Nicole Kidman and she goes and eats popcorn alone in a theater and watches a movie with absolutely no expression on her face. It is so fucking funny, and Saw did a parody of it. That's pretty funny, pretty good, pretty solid stuff. If you have not seen it, great marketing. Can't wait to see Saw X. Glad that they're, throwing a little bit of humor into the marketing too, which is always good. Always a good thing. Smile did that. Saw X is doing it. I see this movie like blowing past Spiral's numbers. No offense to Spiral. I enjoyed that film, but I see Saw X doing way bigger numbers than that. They are rebooting this franchise big time right now, and that has me so excited. So yes, both of these things I will talk about as soon as possible. I have so many thoughts on both of the big trailers that came out this week too. If it's Pet Sematary or that Totally Killer movie, I have like some crazy things to say about both of them. Actually, I really want to. I actually might make a whole video on both of these movies because, okay, well, we're talking about Totally Killer. I got to go on my rant. Super hyped for Totally Killer. I have a theory: the mom of the time traveler girl is the killer. So Ethan, here's my thing. I'm hyped for it. It looks fun. It's a Blumhouse horror movie. It's going straight to VOD, I believe, on October 6th, if I'm remembering correctly. But it has the exact same plot as another movie that came out a few years ago called The Final Girls. And I just don't... That is the title of that, right? I just want to make sure. I want to get that right before someone's like, what the fuck is Jake talking about? Yeah, Final Girls from 2015. Yeah, it has the same plot. And I'm like, what? What are y'all doing, Blumhouse? Why y'all ripping people off like that? So weird. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. Going to check it out. Maybe it's not the rip-off movie that I think it is, but there's some cool stuff from the trailer that I enjoyed. I was like, okay, pretty solid. But yes, in all these things will get covered soon, I guess is my point. Would be a killer twist, Ethan. That would be sick. Brother BT is saying Danny will be Ghostface in Scream 7. This is a Scream 7 stream, after all. We should keep it on that. I have so much on my mind. There's so much horror news today. It's insane. Danny being Ghostface, I'm kind of against. I'm mildly against it. Mild, very mildly. Only because I think Danny is the boyfriend character. It's just kind of like, we're going to do that again? We just did that 2 movies ago. I don't know how I feel about that. But if it's set up well and maybe has a different motive or something, I could get into it. And there might be something funny about doing a double beat thing there. Maybe even some commentary on the franchise. It's like, oh, we did the boyfriend thing again. If they're self-aware about it, it could be different enough to work. But if they're not, and they're just like, we're just going to do the boyfriend thing and we're not going to address it, I'm going to have some issues. But we'll see. Once again, all things come down to execution. I said before Scream 6, if they make it fucking Richie's father, I'm going to lose my mind. But then they did that, and they added more to it, and they did more than just what the Mrs. Loomis thing is. It stands apart. Whether you love it or hate it, I know most people probably hate it. That's okay. It's an obvious reveal. That's my issue with it. But at least they made it something different. Like, they ruined Sam's reputation beyond these killings. That's fucking wild. That's an insane part of them as killers. They're not, I don't know. Detective Bailey's definitely not my least favorite Ghostface. I will say that. That's a really fucked up angle when you really think about it. Scott Walker is saying, like I said before, I think Scream 7 is going to be a 2-part. In part 1, Stu is alive. He's searching for clothes. What? And in part 2, he'll return if they do. I just don't know what you mean by that, Scott. I'm so sorry. He's looking for clothes. He's looking for new clothes. He's got to get rid of that bloody sweater. You know, he's been wearing it for 30 years. Smokey's with us tonight. What's up, Smokey? Did you see the Pet Sematary Bloodlines trailer? Yes, I have lots of thoughts. I don't hate it. I'm going to make a big video about this soon. Did not hate the trailer, honestly. I was going into it with some low expectations, and I saw some things that I was like, okay, this is cool. This is interesting. Overall, though, it feels a little unnecessary, but I'm still going to check it out. I believe that also comes out on October 6th, which is kind of crazy. But I'm going to check it out, see it. I didn't hate the remake. I just felt like a lot of the fun moments from it got spoiled, which sucks. So this seems to be like kind of a prequel to that, essentially, opposed to the original. It might actually be able to work for both. I'm not sure yet. I'm excited to see it and kind of find out a little more, but I don't know. On the fence about it. Like I said, trailer was not awful in no way. So I was like, okay. They still have not gotten the pronunciation correct, which makes me a little sad. They keep saying dead is better. And dead is not better, my friends. Dead is better. That is better. Come on. Get the damn thing right. So Jake, man, this will be a really long comment. That's okay. But I'm a YouTuber, and the name Timeless just means I'm never late on making my fan films. Hey, that's good, man. I'm just ribbing you a little bit. Old Jake's a silly little goofball. But I'm glad you're on time. You're a poignant, punctual fella, and that's the best kind of fella to be, my friend. Be on time. Be on time. That's always a good thing to know. We can discuss Tubi originals. Joey XYZ, you can discuss whatever the fuck you want if it's horror related. Just don't start talking about butt plugs, because I just don't think I can't get jiggy with that. Sarah Campbell. Sarah Campbell's here. What's up, Sarah? How's it going? Welcome. Howdy hey. Bluck is asking if I've seen the trailer for No One Can Save You. Yes, really solid trailer, dude. Really creepy. I'm not crazy. The last shot kind of ruined it for me, but I'm still excited for it. Can't wait to see it on Hulu when it drops. But the last shot shows the creature, and they did such a good job at just giving us little glimpses of what was going on. And then the last shot's like, oh, here's exactly what's happening in this movie. I was like, oh, I was so intrigued. It was so cool. And then they got a Quiet Place alien thing running around at the end. I was like, come on. But still, very impressive trailer. Besides that, minus that last shot, one of the best horror trailers I've seen all year for sure. So very excited for that one. Oscar Hernandez is saying, gonna watch The Nun tonight. Enjoy, my friend, enjoy. If you like the Conjuring franchise, you'll like it. But I was kind of in the middle on it, personally. Lightning Ghost has been a member for 8 months. Hell fucking yeah, talking about one of the biggest news stories of the day. Tony Todd is fucking back as William Bloodworth in Final Destination 6. Holy fuck. This is awesome, Lightning Ghost. I'm so excited to see this movie finally. It's gonna be great. Losing my mind over here. I can't wait for that movie, man. The more I watch Final Destination, like, the more I'm just enamored to that franchise. It's kind of bad. Like, some of them are kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. But I fucking love them all. Like, the more I watch them, the more I'm like, these are just so fun and so dumb. I just fucking love them. I can't wait for 6, man. And knowing that Tony Todd's gonna be in it is great. I'm not gonna lie. As a huge Tony Todd fan myself, I feel like we got robbed of a killer performance from the man in Candyman that came out 2 years ago. And, you know, I get it. I get it. They were trying to do something new, but they had Tony Todd in one shot of the whole movie. Why? Why would that be your decision? Like, you should have done a Halloween 2018 thing where it's like he's running around, he's still fucking killing people and shit. It just wasn't the same. Like, I loved a lot of the new characters, don't get me wrong. And the cinematography and kills, chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. Loved the more atmospheric score, too. That was a very bold choice from director Nia DaCosta. But my thing about it, it's Nia? Is it Nia DaCosta? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Talking off the top of my head, it's crazy. But I wanted more Tony Todd in that movie. I wanted him as Candyman ripping people apart with the fucking hook hand, putting bees into people. I don't fucking know. Something. I wanted more of that. We just didn't quite get that. I'm hoping to get a lot of him in Final Destination 6. And as we also learned today, the film will focus a lot on his backstory and clear his connection with death a little further. Maybe we'll make some of my dreams come true in regards to finally getting a backstory with what the fuck was going on there. Locked is throwing $5 out there. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to do a podcast with you soon, dude. It's going to be great. Saying, we watched a movie in Cody Leach and more, makes watching horror so much more fun for me. Nice. Keep up the great work and can't wait to upset Friday the 13th fans soon. Dude, thank you so much, man. That means a whole lot to me. Seriously. Thank you. Wow, put me up there with like some legends over here. Damn, Locked. I appreciate that, dude. Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. We try to make it more fun. I know, like, sometimes I'll put on a movie and I'm just like, man, I'm just not as into this. But sometimes you watch something with a friend, and they're just like, oh, like dude, this movie's fucking crazy. Like, this and this happens. And you watch it with someone who's all excited. And then the movie's way better. You enjoy it more. Like, why not enjoy more movies? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do here. And Locked, I appreciate that you're picking up on that. Means a whole lot. Means a whole lot to me, man. Thank you. Thank you. That means the world, dude. Thanks for the support. Can't wait to do this fucking podcast soon, dude. It's going to be great. Hell yes. What else do we got here? Boops is with us again tonight. Boops, I just love your name. I just love it. It's so funny. Every time I read it, it just makes me laugh a little bit. Oh, that's a lot of abbreviations. To be honest, ATP, I don't know what that is. I don't care what they do with the Ghostface killers because they sucked the last 3 movies. All of them fucking suck, besides maybe Wayne. But TBH, he had too much screen time to be surprising unless it's Sam. They did it right. I don't know about Ghostface now. Well, what I will say is I want a good reveal. With Screams 4 and 5, me personally, Boops, got to disagree with you on one thing. Fucking loved the reveals in Screams 4 and 5. Like some of maybe my 2 favorites from the entire sequels. Yeah, wow. They are. Jill's reveal and Amber's reveal, I think, are like 1 and 2 when it comes to sequel reveals. So fucking shocking. Did not see them coming. Blew my mind. And it literally blew Liv's mind, as we saw. Fucking loved that. I want another reveal like that, where it's like, fuck, what? Oh my God, Jill? Amber? I don't know. That's how it was for me. Some people have said they figured Amber out. I did not. Like, first viewing totally fucking got me. I was sold on Richie, but they kind of pulled the Billy trick again. And honestly, in a very successful way, in my opinion. Made me focus on Richie. I was pretty sold he was the killer, but I just did not have his partner down. And he has one conversation with Amber that felt very, like, honestly, really well done. Was like pretty good writing. It didn't feel like they knew each other. They set that up pretty well early on. And I don't know. I just did not think they would be the killer. Like, where my mind goes when I'm watching a Scream movie, at least for the first time. I've only been able to do that like twice now, where I didn't know the killer. Actually, 3 times, because 4, I didn't know who the killer was. And that's great. But where my mind goes is I'm thinking, like, I try to figure out somebody, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty dead set on this person. This is the killer. Now I think about who's their partner. I try to look at some of the other clues and some of the other things I've learned about people who would want to work with this character depending on what I think their motive is. And I just did not suspect Amber at all. Like Richie, I was like, like after the fucking Dewey conversation, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's him. This is supposed to pay homage to the original. It's the boyfriend again. Cool. I can get into it. I just want to know who the partner is. And when fucking Amber pulls out the gun, I questioned everything I thought I knew about that movie. I was like, what? Oh my God. Great idea to reveal her first too. I feel like if they would have done Richie first, I would not have been as into that reveal. Would have been like, really? Okay, I knew that. Come on. I figured that out. And that's kind of part of the reason I'm not crazy about the Scream 6 reveal, is because they revealed the most obvious person first. That's an issue, in my opinion. They should have done, like, I don't know if Ethan was less obvious than Detective Bailey, but maybe Quinn. Have Quinn come out first, then have everybody else. Oh, shit. That would have been fucking crazy. We thought she was dead a minute ago. That would have been nuts. But I don't know. I kind of feel you on the Scream 6 reveal. It was a little like, okay, I got that figured out from the get-go pretty much. But still some fun there. Still some fun times were had. I don't know. I don't think it's I don't know. I had some good times with it. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything in the chat, my friends. Just making sure. Just realized I did not have it pulled up until now, but that's okay. Mr. Marcos is throwing $2 in the chat as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Marcos. I really appreciate you, man. Saying, imagine a dragon Oni slasher burn, stab, and curse people. Is this an Imagine Dragons song? Is that what this is? What? Am I like missing a joke here or something? Am I so out of the loop? I guess I am. Imagine Dragons What a band. What a band. I don't know. I got nothing on this. Is this like the rap from fucking Scary Movie? I'm like really trying to figure this out. Man, I am at a loss here. Dragon Oni? Like I feel like that's like Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry. Like I feel like I'm looking into Pandora's box right now here. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. Mr. Marcos, I really appreciate the $2. And if you're a big Imagine Dragons guy, I respect it, man. Thank you for the support. Be a believer. What's another name of their song? Don't get toxic. Is that one of their songs? I don't fucking know. I'm waking up. Thanks for the $2, my friend. Dead is better. Love it. Just don't talk about butt plugs. I can't get jiggy with that. You know it. Timeless is also saying, I really love the fan film you made called Red Right Hand. Thank you. I just want a part 2. It was amazing. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate that. There's a part of me that never wants to make a part 2 because I don't want to bring Jamie back. I think he's a jerk. Bluck is saying they better show a flashback of Tony Todd going through a premonition and he has to kill someone to have death skip him to make him knowledgeable about the rules and all that in Final Destination 6. Blucka, that's a pretty good point. That'd be a fun movie. Like start it off that way or something. Like you get to see his, like what he went through as a child or whatever. It starts off with the flashback. Ooh, that could be pretty cool. I could get into that. That'd be a fun start to the movie. Boops is saying Amber and Jill had the best reveal. Yes. Oh, yes. Love it. Save Robbie is here. What's up, Robbie? How's it going, man? Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Ghostface, you fucking my wife? Nah. Is this real dialogue from Scream 7, Timeless? That'd be pretty crazy. Ethan the Goat has just become a Ghostface tier member. Thank you so much, Ethan. I really appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate that a whole bunch. That's awesome. Ethan is also saying, hey, I'm a member now. Thank you, Ethan. Saying, being a viewer for about the past year, I can tell you're very passionate and love your job. I do. I'm very lucky. Saying, I really like that about you. Thank you, man. Love the streams. Keep it up and you'll be huge. Thank you, Ethan. I hope so. Maybe one day this little channel will grow up and be an adult, but I don't know. Got to keep trying though. Got to keep trying. Ethan, I really appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Thank you for making all this, these trials and tribulations easier. Means the world, man. That's what she said is with us, saying late to the party. What did I miss? Just some talk about butt plugs, casual conversation for 28 minutes, dude. We talked about butt plugs for 28 whole minutes. It was great. It's awesome. Ty is talking about Terrifier 2 as well, saying, will we have new footage at the end? I know Jericho posted that pic. Maybe we'll get an extended cut. Maybe, man. Like, what's up with that picture, dude? Like, listen. You can tell me that Damien Leone just fucking dropped a bottle of Spirit Halloween blood on his head or something for a picture. Sure, maybe that's what happened. But it's fucking suspicious, man. The man does not get killed at the end of Terrifier 2 during the, beginning of the credits scene. And then, he just kind of disappears from the movie. That's it. The nurse walks in and is like, holy shit. There's a girl just gave birth to Art the Clown's head. This is fucking badass. What the hell? You can't tell me they didn't film the opening to Terrifier 3 already. Come on, man. That's where the opening's going to take place. The nurse is going to die. Art the Clown is going to go out there. He's going to have a fucking battle with Chris Jericho because that's fucking cool. And then he kills him. He walks out there scot-free. It's fine. Maybe he grows his body back, or maybe he's still just a head. Maybe Victoria gets a little time to shine at the opening of Terrifier 3. That might be a nice tone setter, especially if we're focusing on the character. Actually, don't hate that. Maybe she just throws the head at his neck and Art the Clown starts biting his jugular out. That could be pretty cool. What an opening scene. I mean, 10 out of 10. Oscar award winning, in my opinion. Oh my God, Sarah Campbell, thank you so much, my friend, for the support. Is just gifting memberships left and right over here. She is gifted one for Darth Gutierrez and Joey XYZ. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really appreciate you. You're the best, as always. Appreciate you a whole bunch around these parts. Thank you. Scott is asking, when do I think Scream 7 will be released? I don't think it'll be next year. The SAG strikes are still going on, still going hard. I think companies are finally starting to realize, like, hey, we're fucking ourselves by not, working with writers and actors. I think they're finally starting to realize that. It's taken them way too goddamn long to realize that, unfortunately, but I think they're finally getting around to it, finally making some good changes, which is good. Sorry, everybody, just got a little notification. Cool. I think it'll come out in early 2025 is my guess, but I don't know. I want to see it, of course I want to see it like tomorrow, but I want them to take their time on it and make it something good. I worry that with this last entry in a requel franchise, most times, more often than not, these tend to not be so good. They tend to be the weakest of the entire brand new trilogy that's been made. I look at Halloween, I look at Jurassic World, I'm trying to think of another one. Honestly, this new Star Wars movies, I would say 9 is definitely the weakest as well. So I really want Scream 7 to be good. In my opinion, 5 was like here, 6 was like here, and what if 7 was like above that even? That would be great. That would be so good. Scream is always known for breaking the mold. Let's do that here. Let's not just follow the same old format where you just kind of, yeah, on the last one. Don't do that. Christopher Landon's in charge now. We got some fresh blood in there, some hype, some energy going into this movie. Radio silence, kind of we're like, we want to focus on other projects. We just made 2 Scream movies. There's maybe not as much excitement. I get that. That's cool. You can't work on like the same movie twice and get all excited about a third one as much as you were with like the first entry. So I get that. I understand where they're coming from with that. And I think that's going to lead to a really good third entry in their new requel trilogy. I hope. You gotta hope, right? I feel like there's some good decisions being made behind the scenes, but we won't know until it comes out. And I hope that's early 2025. It would be cool if it was late 2024, but I'm expecting probably an early 2025 release. I hope they don't rush it out. Just take your time. I promise you the hype will still be there. The Scream franchise is, in my experience at least with YouTube and the horror space, is one of like the biggest fucking franchises ever. Like it's always, I talk about other movies on here and it does well. People watch it. It's like, okay, whatever. I talk about a Scream 7 update. People lose their fucking minds. So there's hype for it. You don't have to worry about that. That's not going anywhere. People are excited about Scream 7. It's been announced. We know Christopher Landon is in charge. Just take your time. Have it come out when it comes out. Don't rush. Seriously, that's like the most important thing. Mr. Rick is throwing $2 out there. Thank you so much, Mr. Rick. Saying, seeing The Exorcist and Saw on the same day. Ooh, very nice. So maybe October 6th, the day that everything comes out. And that day is single-handedly going to be the busiest day of the entire year for me. It's going to be so much fun. I'm not even, it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. It's the day that like 7 horror movies drop, and I get to watch all of them and review them all day. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to coffee, throwing it back. That looks kind of gross what I was doing there. But coffee, specifically, nothing else is in my hands when I do this. Watching The Exorcist that day, VHS 85, I think Totally Killer comes out that day too, Pet Sematary. I know at least those 4. I'm sure there's another one, because fuck it, October 6th. Why not? Why not release shit on that day? So I'm excited for it, man. I'm very excited for both of those. I hope you enjoy them, though, Mr. Rick. That's going to be a killer double feature, dude. Exorcist and Saw. If I had time that day, fuck, I would do the same. I'd go with you. That'd be so much fun, dude. Enjoy, though, my friend. Enjoy, have a good time, and I hope both movies kick ass. But we haven't seen them yet. Who knows? Thanks for the $2, Mr. Rick. I appreciate you. Mr. Marcos is throwing another $2 in there. Thank you. The Dragon Oni chat is an idea for a slasher. Okay, so what is this? Because I'm not, unfortunately, the lingo is not something I'm super familiar with. Okay, so this is like a mask. Okay, that's kind of sick. That's a sick looking design there. It's a rare dragon with the primary typing of flame. Okay. See, old Jake does not. my knowledge only expands so far with horror movie stuff, but getting into dragons and all that, I don't know. Head goes empty, unfortunately. But that's badass. I dig that idea for like a slasher mask or something. Maybe he's like wearing some kind of like dark clothing or something. What would his weapon of choice be for like a dragon themed killer? Like a long blade or something? Like I don't know. Interesting though. Interesting concept. I dig it, Mr. Marcos. Thank you for the $2, my friend. I love the profile picture too. Oh, love me some fire. Oh, fire. Good stuff. Hi from Greece. Hello. Hello from Ohio. Hello from the cornfield I'm currently sitting in. Ooh, you can see my pitters. Ooh, that's how hard I've been working. Just I'm all sweaty and shit. Sorry, Greece. Sorry, I'm all sweaty for you, Greece. Apologize. I apologize on behalf of all Ohioans that I'm poorly representing here. Hope you're enjoying the stream though. Hope you're enjoying it. Just me going fucking crazy, losing my mind. Companies are reporting profits for the first time in a long time, and it's mainly because the strikes allowed them to cancel so much junk in the pipeline. So what about all that stuff about companies losing $400 million where if they would have just agreed to the strikes, they would not have lost even a very small percentage of that is what they would have lost if they would have just agreed to the SAG and WGA stuff. I don't know. I can't. It makes you question why these people are in charge. Like, why are these people in charge? Why is Bob Iger in charge right now? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The day that everything comes out, I see what you did there, my friend. I dig it. Kevin Wyckoff is with us. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Saying also, pay Nev what she's worth. We need Sidney Prescott. I feel you, man. I feel you. We do need Sidney Prescott. We need her in Scream 7. That would be great. And you know, the other thing too is if they bring Sidney back, I'm so scared. I'm so scared about if the mystery is going to work. Something that I've been thinking about a lot lately is like if they bring her back, that's 8 characters that are coming back that may or may not be Ghostface, unless they go the route of we want to make a returning character a killer. What is that though? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared to find out. I don't know. I want her back. It's one of those things where I'm like, I want Nev back. I want Sidney Prescott to be fucking fighting Ghostface again, but I want a good mystery too. If there's not a good mystery in a Scream film, it kind of bogs it down a little bit. It's my biggest criticism of Scream 6, honestly. I just feel like the mystery is way too obvious. So I'm really hoping that they deliver on that aspect to it. That to me is like the most important. That's number 1 on the priority list. Ty is saying if anyone can get away with getting zany with Scream, it's Landon, because he came in on the 3rd movie, was just working with what he was given. Yeah, you know, I think the biggest challenge Chris is going to face is just the fact that you got to do a story that ties up everything from the past. You have to work with what's been done already with these characters that's been set up. This is not just like, you know, fresh cut Scream movie, just like how Radio Silence kind of got in Scream 5. I mean, sure, they had to continue the story with legacy characters, but the big focal point of it was the new characters. They kind of got a fresh start with Scream, which was cool, and it lended itself to the movie. They were able to do a whole lot with it, and I loved what they were able to do with 5 and 6. But now with 7, Christopher Landon has to address those things that happened in the last 2 movies and continue the story. More times often than not, once again, not saying this is impossible, but sometimes you get some new creatives behind in the kitchen and they decide to take things their own way and they ignore something that was like a crucial plot point from the past. And then it's like, whoa, that doesn't make any sense. Mindy wouldn't do that because of stuff she said or did in the past, for example. So that's kind of the one thing I'm worried about with the film. I feel like there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of silver linings that I've been addressing because I'm an eternal optimist at the end of the day. I gotta be. You can't live life any other way. I mean, come on. But I'm worried that I'm just worried that something like that's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of inconsistency with the past movie, and that's just going to be really tough. That's why for me, I'm like, I feel like we got to get one more with all the legacy characters. Have 7 be the final chapter of the long story we've been telling, and then just kind of start over with 8. I know some people hate hearing that because I love Sidney Prescott. I love Gil Weathers. I love Dewey Riley. I love fucking Randy. I love Stu. I love Billy. All these characters are great. But for me, it's like we're going to get to the point where it turns into Fast and Furious, where everything is so inconsistent. It's not even the same. Doesn't even feel like it's from the same franchise anymore. And I don't want that to happen. We're getting very big for our britches. And I feel like Scream 7 should end like the main primary story. After that, let's see some other shit that's going on in this world. Scream 6 opened up the universe of Scream to so much more than the storyline we've been following for the longest time. We know that there are other people out there that may want to go Ghostface for their own personal reasons, to kill their own friends. Why not focus on one of those stories for a Scream 8, for an isolated incident that happens in another small town somewhere, on the other side of the planet, perhaps, or another part of the country? That's what I'm hoping they do moving forward with the franchise after this. But right now, they got to finish the story with the legacy characters and our core 4 characters, of course, too. That's what I'm hoping for from Scream 7. It's a good finale. It's strong. It stays consistent with everything from the past and doesn't get, doesn't wind up in family territory. That's what I'm mildly concerned about that. But once again, it's kind of the same feeling I had moving into Scream 5. I know a lot of love and care is being put into this movie, but I'm just scared because it's new people. As I will always be, as most fans were moving into Scream 5. I mean, this was Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson's franchise, and the only time that ever really shifted was Scream 3 with the writer. So, like, I totally get why people were so hesitant and tentative to get excited about Scream 5. They're like, ooh, brand new up-and-coming directors are tackling Scream now, like one of the biggest slasher franchises ever. That's scary. So I'm excited to see what Christopher Landon does. He's a very experienced director. He knows what he's doing. But I'm scared. but I'm scared, but staying optimistic. Cautiously optimistic about it. But I really do think it's going to be good, man. Christopher Landon knows what he's doing. What else do we got here? Sydney leaves and has kids. Ghostface, that's my girl. Yeah, I really want to see a story focused on her family, dude. They set that up in Scream 5. I mean, I'm joking about, all the Dom Toretto stuff. But seriously, they set that up. Let's go somewhere with that in Scream 7. Let's see the family, see Mark Kincaid. Let's make that happen. Oh my God. I got an idea of how to make a Red Right Hand sequel. So we start off with a SWAT team looking for Jamie's accomplice, and Drew has been missing since the events in Red Right Hand. I think the big thing for me is like Jamie's kind of the engine of Red Right Hand. A Red Right Hand sequel without him, I just feel like would have to be an entirely different animal, and that I just don't know. I just don't know if I could write or not. You would already know who the killer is. That's the issue, You already know who the killer is. Someone got away. It's got to kind of focus on him. But can you do that again? Would you be able to do something like that again? I don't know. But I do have another murder mystery that I'm kind of working on right now that I would like to do at some point. But we'll talk about that at some point in the future. Michael S. is saying it'd be cool if Scream 7 was able to do a good Sydney plot, give us closure with Sam's story and the core 4, maybe set up some new main characters for 8, but that's a lot to do in one movie. I'm just hoping we get a resolution to Sam and Sydney's story. Those are the two big things I'm looking for. Market it as the final chapter, which it never is, and give me a good story. Give me a fun little something that happened. Something that happens right at the end here that closes it off. That would be fun to me. That's biggest things I'm looking for from it. What about Scream 7 on Uranus? Gross. Gross, that's what she said. That's what she said. There you go. Yeah. Joey XYZ is saying he was like, this spec script called Scary Movie was coming in, and it was 40. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I think I was talking about Scary Movie. Oh, no, I was talking about fucking Chris Landon. You're talking about his story that he was telling. Yeah, so if you guys don't know this, Christopher Landon actually got to read the script for Scream like before it even came out, and he like loved it. He like absolutely recommended it. He's like, oh, this is so good. Fucking phenomenal. And then it comes out, and it's huge fucking hit. It's a great movie. It's cool stuff. It's a great story, man. He's had this connection to the franchise for the longest time. Now he's directing the newest entry. It's really cool stuff, man. You think Australia would be a good place for a Scream? Does a lot of good locations there, lots of good scary places for Ghostface to attack people. What do you think? Australia, man. That would be like a cool Scream 8 setting. When we do a brand new, fresh take on the franchise with brand new characters, that could be fun. I'd be into it. Be a lot of fun. That's from Craven Something Scary's interview. It's his destiny to take over. Yeah, yes. Absolutely, man. Very fun stuff. Oh, Lollipop Sanchez, you're just going to open up this can of worms. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm actively going to be upset about this for a long time. I just want you all to know that. I just posted a big video about it. Did some reading on Brightburn 2. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. Actually, so much so to the point that I will not be covering it anymore. I talked about the announcement today, and I explained why I won't be talking about it, but I will not be supporting this film. I would urge you not to support the film either, even if you're a big fan of the first Brightburn. The company that's taking over for Brightburn 2, the sequel that just got announced yesterday, is going to be incorporating AI into the production of the film. Now, they kept that very vague as to what AI is going to do in the production, but the CEO promises us that the human touch will still be there. How? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be honest. If you're using AI in any capacity, I'm not in. Not down for it, not going to support it. There's a whole fucking strike in Hollywood right now, and one of the big reasons they're doing it is because of this. And if you're wondering, Jake, why do you hate AI so much? Like, it's kind of a cool tool or something. I don't like it at all, because the moment we start integrating it into any sort of art or creative aspects in any direction whatsoever, it's a slippery slope to not having human beings not be involved at all. So the integration of it, where it won't lose the human touch, don't worry, is not good. We cannot support that. We cannot let AI be involved with movies, with TV shows, with arts in general. We just cannot support that at all. We cannot support films that utilize that either. In fact, I'm going to actively be against that H3 entertainment company or whatever, because they're using that with a lot of the projects that they've just announced. So I would highly recommend not talking about this. I won't be making any videos about it. I will not be paying money to see it. And I would recommend that you do the same, unless, you want movies made by robots and not people. Because once we start doing shit like this, it's all the creatives are thrown to the fucking wayside. It's way cheaper to just fucking write something on ChatGPT. So that's what companies are thinking right now. So don't support it. James Cameron warned us about this a very long time ago. let's not turn this shit into Skynet, as Sarah Campbell is saying right here. So yeah, none of that bullshit. Don't support Brightburn 2. Won't be talking about it on this page. Middle fingers out and about. But anyways, we got some more fun stuff to talk about. Bobby is saying, Jake, how you been? Been in the lives but haven't commented. What's your closing thoughts on Saw, though? What's up, Bobby? Welcome, man. Appreciate you being here. My thoughts on Saw, especially if you're talking about Saw X, I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to see it. It looks so fucking good. Honest, I genuinely am so excited about it because it looks way better than the last 3 movies in the franchise, and I think it's going to be way up there in terms of like quality. I think it's going to be way up in my ranking. I'm not expecting this to be the best Saw movie ever, but I'm expecting this to be a late hit, like just a really big hit for the franchise that makes a lot of money. I think Blucka was saying earlier it's projected to make somewhere between 100 and 120 million. They're marketing the movie way better than the last 2 films too. Like Jigsaw was just kind of a bit of a disappointment, and Spiral, I just feel like they didn't do enough marketing in my opinion. So I'm very excited for it. They're doing a lot of very creative stuff in the marketing program, as we saw today with the Nicole Kidman parody thing, which was so funny. I hope they play that before the movie. So I'm so excited for it. The traps look fucking great. This is a really cool story to tell. I'm just excited for it. Oh, it's going to be good. Can't wait, Bobby. I'm curious what Mo Me is saying here. Saying AI is already used in place of human workers in customer service fields. It can easily transition over to the creative fields and other fields. I don't care. I don't care. I will not support anything made by AI. Customer service is one thing, but it's not creativity. I think back to that Robin Williams movie where he talks about there are a lot of jobs that are very venerable positions, like, being a doctor, being some kind of health worker, whatever, mental health. Jobs like that are like to sustain life. But the reason we sustain it, the reason we keep going about our day is because of movies, because of things that other people create. A robot cannot make art. I don't believe that is art. What it is just pieces of shit from other places on the internet. They just pull together and then make some image. That's what all this AI art is. It's a bunch of bullshit, and it's stealing from human beings. And I don't care if AI can get to the point where it somehow could be creative. I'm not interested. I don't want that to ever happen. I will not support it. Human beings, that's the only kind of people that I want to see making art. And frankly, if you think otherwise, I just think that's kind of crazy. Robert Murphy has become a YouTube member. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate that support. Thank you. Became a GHOSTFACE member. Thank you, my friend. I will have a review of Afterlife, a movie with Christina Ricci, Justin Long, and Liam Neeson, coming out sometime next week for Patreon and channel members exclusively. Do one of those a month. And then if you support me at some of the other tiers, there's some other fun perks you get to see every month as well. So very good stuff, Robert. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for the support. And he's throwing 10 pounds out there too. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, dude. I appreciate your support so much. Sorry I can't fucking speak words, but I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you. Oh, where did my water go? Woo! I've lost it. I have lost it. I don't know where it went. Oh shit, it's right there. Silly old Jake. Silly old Jake. What a goofy goofball. Completely forgot. Ugh. What else do we got here? Does it look good? Thanksgiving will be perfect. I'm very excited for Thanksgiving. That trailer looks fucking great. Love Eli Roth. That's sad about Brightburn 2. I enjoyed the first one. Too bad ain't seeing it. Middle finger to AI. Hell yeah, Mr. Rick. Yeah, I love the first one too, man. I think it's great. It's fucking sick. And it's whole thing's a shame. Whole thing is a shame. Robert Murphy, again, thank you so much for the support tonight, man. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. What Lies Beneath? Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Should he become a member? If you want. I always appreciate the support, but it's never something that I ask of people. You know, I just, you being here and just hanging out in the streams, leaving a comment, just saying, hey, that's support, my friend, and I do appreciate that. So that is completely and entirely up to you. The Serenading Slasher is saying, you are right, it's time to boycott AI for everything. It's going to ruin the markets. Not a fan of it. Bluck is saying, I mean, technically modern films have done more recreation of past content that we were already at the AI stages without AI. I don't know what you mean. I really don't know what you mean by that. Like, yes, a lot of modern film has, like, we've remade movies, but we've been doing that since the beginning of movies. We've taken old ideas from books or whatever and made those into movies. Is that not the same thing as what we're doing now? I'd say so. AI art in Terrifier 3, please God, no. I really want to support that film. Please don't integrate AI into that. I will, oh God. You don't understand the moral crisis I will have if somehow that gets announced. Damien, Lauren Lavera, all you guys, please God no. Please don't do that. I don't want to not support your film, man. Oh, that made me so sad. Darth Kermit is saying, what do you think of my Scream X pitch? Ghostface in space. His robe blends in with the stars. You know, who knows, man? We might get to that point at some point. Scream in space. In space, no one can hear you stab. That'd be so bad. I'd watch it. I'd fucking watch it, but I don't know. What else do we got here? Jake, there is more to the idea, so they put him in a Roseville, Florida maximum security penitentiary. We're talking about Red Right Hand 2 again. And they put him in there, but then another devil Ghostface killer goes into the house with a girl. So you're saying, like, it's a new person, basically. I don't know. I'm at the point where if we do another Red Right Hand, it's going to be something it's got to be basically an original story that's not continuing the last one. I want to do another, murder mystery of some sort, like it's at some point where I'm working on another project right now. Long story about that, but at some point we'll be back to making movies, but life is hard. Life is hard and you got to make tough decisions sometimes. Devontae Arnold is with us. What's up, Devontae? Saying Gail dies by Ghostface and the twist is Sam did it and Sydney comes back to get revenge. Sam versus Sydney battle of the final girls. I think this would be so fucking cool. Like, I feel like a Sam versus Sydney battle would be so much fun. Sam's our Ghostface killer, but she's doing it for, like, good intentions, but going about it the wrong way. You know, murder is still bad at the end of the day. But a Sam versus Sydney fight at the end of the film, that would be so much fun. Oh my God. Like, what a way to do a final chapter is to set up basically an Anakin Skywalker and Sam Carpenter. And yeah, she goes to the fucking dark side by the end of all this. It'd be fucking sweet, man. I see so many people who say they want this happy ending for Sam, and I'm just like, but she's not the same character as Sydney Prescott. You know, like, I feel like if we set up a final girl, we set her up so differently than Sydney Prescott. Why give her the same ending? Why give her the same happy, oh, I have a boyfriend now and everything's great and Ghostface is gone? No, that's just not, I just can't see that being the ending for Sam Carpenter. She's a totally different character and she should have a better ending that fits the character, in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm a sucker for tragedy. I love me a good dark ending. So I guess that's why I'm always rooting for that. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what ends up happening. We got 2 movies that ended very positively. So why not change that up in Act 3? I think that would be kind of fun. We've never really seen that in Scream. I mean, Scream 2 is the closest I think we've ever gotten to a dark ending, and even then, both the killers died, you know? What does the dark ending to a Scream film look like? I hope Scream 7 answers that very ambiguous question. Freaky with 2 Y's, so you know they're extra freaky. Oh shit. I'm just joking. I don't know why I even said that. You hyped for VHS 85? Fuck yes. Yes, I am, my friend. So excited. All the segments look crazy. Oh my God, yes, they do. I loved the trailer. I love a lot of the people behind the film. Some up-and-comers, some very familiar household names. We got Scott Derrickson. We got David Bruckner coming. David Bruckner's coming back, which is great. He did one of my favorite VHS shorts from the first one. And I don't know. I feel like this is going to be another banger. I fucking love these movies. There's only one that I skip, but man, I just love these. I love these movies so much. There's so much dumb fun. And with crazy like monsters and practical effects, I just can't get enough of it. Like that's what I live for with horror movies is like crazy monsters, practical effects, some fun characters to follow. Sometimes not the best characters in VHS, but it's always a good time, man. It's never not fun with a VHS film, and that for me is a big draw to that franchise. So VHS 85 is one I'm not even kidding when I say the Saturday after its release, I'm having a party with my friends and I'm forcing them to watch all of the fucking VHS movies leading up to 85. I will, of course, have already seen it at that point, but I'm so excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a lot of fun going through all those. Michael S. is saying, do we know if Melissa and Jenna are for sure coming back for 7? They have to wait to do the script, I'd imagine, until they know for sure. So what I will say, you know, things I've heard through the grapevine, nothing confirmed, is that Melissa and Jenna are, you know, potentially most likely going to be coming back. There is some kind of script done. That's not confirmed, by the way. None of that is confirmed. But I imagine the core 4 will be back at the very least. Kirby and Danny and Gail, these 3 characters I'm not 100% sure about coming back in the next one, but it would be cool. You know, once again, it's one of these things where I just don't want too many people to come back from previous movies because I feel like it's going to ruin the mystery. Not enough new characters made the mystery in Scream 6 suffer, so that's something I'm worried about. But in terms of confirmation, no, nothing is confirmed. I know there are some people out there who just want to see the legacy characters come back, but I feel like we need some closure on top of, like, for the characters from the core 4. It'd be kind of weird if we just dropped out with them, was like, and that story's over. Like, what? We didn't do that with, you know, Sydney, Gail, and Dewey in Scream 3. We focused on them still. So I would just kind of feel like it wouldn't really be fair if we did that. Like, the reason we love Sydney, Dewey, and Gail, and Randy, and all these people is because they were in multiple movies and we built up their characters. We showed different sides to them. Look at Randy in Scream 1 and Scream 2. I mean, very different character portrayals, in my opinion, because they went through trauma and, you know, the guy went a different way. The beginning of Scream 2, Randy's much more confident than the, you know, kind of squeaky and over-the-top goofy character he was in the previous movie, trying to get attention from everybody. He's wearing flashy colors. He's wearing that, like, flashy green and all that. At the party, he gets up. He's the center of attention. But then in Scream 2, he's a little more confident in his delivery of things, even though he says some shit wrong, which I think is really interesting. He reverts back to that as Scream 2 progresses, though, and he's wearing green and flashy colors again, and then he fucking dies. Ooh, interesting. I love that about Randy. And I feel like we wouldn't love Sidney Prescott as much if we didn't have 5 movies with her where she gives a badass performance. It's the same thing with the core 4. We like them so much more after Scream 6. We hated them during Scream 5 because they're new. And it's so fascinating to me because I remember tweeting something like, everyone hates Sam Carpenter right now, but the moment Scream 6 comes out, everyone's going to fucking love her. And what do you know? So many people love Sam Carpenter now because they've seen her in multiple movies. It's almost like when you show different facets to a character and build upon them, they become better characters. It's almost like you could do that with like any character if you show them across multiple movies and actually add something that sticks. But some people just don't have faith in new characters like that. They want to just keep seeing old characters come back from like a long time ago, even if they don't fit the story sometimes. I don't feel that way necessarily about Sidney Prescott. I don't know if all the legacy characters need to come back for this one. I want Sydney back because I want them to pay her the money. And I also feel like there is a good story that they could revolve around with her. They've set that up in 5. Let's finally do something with that now here in 7. But does Gail need to come back? Does Kirby need to come back? Does Danny need to come back? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe maybe if they come back and it serves the story, fuck yeah, all the power to them. But I just feel like if they have too many characters to focus on, they're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to throw things that stick. And that to me would suck. That would feel like a misrepresentation of a character. Justina is here with some awesome penguins in the profile picture. What's up? How's it going? Saying, I'm usually a silent watcher of your streams, but I just want to say I love your content. Thank you, Justina. I love you. Thanks for being here. You're such a kind, genuine, and hardworking person. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am. I'm having a great day today. Thank you. That means the world. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the stream of just me bullshitting. Bullshitting about Scream and horror movies. It's a great time. I'm very lucky. Someone said earlier, they're like, oh, we love the passion and all that. I'm so lucky. Sometimes I take it for granted, and man, just best job on planet Earth, man. Very, very thankful for every second I get to do this. All right. Well, what else do we got in the chat there? Gale dying in 7 with Sydney there would be a cool moment for the franchise. Oh my God, I would just fucking cry. All this talk from Jake about, man, why is Gale Weathers in Scream 6? Why is Kirby back? All of that would melt the moment something like this fucking happened. Dude, I was tearing up in the theater when I thought Gale was gonna die. I'm like, oh my God, they fucking killed Gale. I was like, shit, man. I was fucking emotional, dude. Like, I know some people, I got someone on Twitter the other day say like, oh my God, I can't believe you hate Sidney Prescott and you don't want her to come back for 100 more movies. And like, I totally get the passion with these characters. They're fucking awesome. Who doesn't want to see 100 more movies with Sidney Prescott? But for me, it's like, I feel like some of these characters, if they just keep coming back, we're going to ruin them. Like, think about Indiana Jones right now, man. Indiana Jones is a fucking laughing stock right now because of that last movie, and that sucks. Those first 3 Indiana Jones movies are fucking bangers, dude. And then Crystal Skull came out, and it's like, this was unnecessary. I don't know how I feel about this. I still haven't seen the new one, and I fucking love that original trilogy of movies, dude. Like, those are so embedded in my childhood. I fucking love those movies, and I just have no interest in seeing this 5th movie at all from some of the things I've heard about it. And I just don't want that to happen to these beloved characters from Scream, because we're starting to get there. We're starting to get there with some of the legacy characters, and I don't want that to happen. I love Sydney, I love Gale, I love Dewey, I love all these people, but holy shit, I just don't want to see the point where we're sick of these characters. That would suck. Why get to that point when we could just, cut off their storylines and just be like, this is the whole story, that's it, bam, let's move on to something else. Then we're preserving that legacy. To keep bringing them back is just a lot of, I don't know, it just feels like nostalgia baiting. It doesn't feel respectful to characters, which have such a great emotional story already. Sometimes that's all you need. So I hope no one takes that. I hope no one takes my whole rant about Gale or Sydney or Dewey. I hope no one takes that as like, oh, I hate these characters. No, I love them, and that's why I don't want new people to ruin them. I love these new movies. They're a lot of fun, and I think the concept of Scream could go on forever, but some of these characters, let's put them to bed. Let's respect their legacy by not bringing them back for new movies. Maybe that's a tough concept to throw out there, but that's just how I feel about some of these people. I don't want them to just keep coming back and serve no purpose to a film like Gale basically did in 6. That was kind of, it was cool. She was great as always, but did she need to be in that movie? I don't think so. Johnny Hideout UK is throwing £5 out there. Thank you so much, my friend. Saying, I thought this evening was going to suck, but thankfully Jake is live again. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here. Do you know how happy you make us feel? I decided not to see The Exorcist Believer. That was just a really funny 1-2 punch right there, Johnny. Thank you, first of all. You don't know how happy you make me feel, Johnny. All of you guys. You guys are fantastic. Seriously. God. I feel like I'm gonna fucking cry after this goddamn stream, after all the nice shit y'all have said. Really means the world to me. Thank you. You're not gonna see The Exorcist Believer. I don't blame you. Speaking of legacy and honoring the past and tradition and all that, I get it. I get why some people may skip this one. I'm staying positive about it, but I'm scared. Scared it's not gonna be good. And that for me would suck, because The Exorcist is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I fucking love it. It's an easy top 10. And I just don't want them to ruin that. I don't want them to scar that legacy. There's already some whack sequels in the franchise, so I don't think it's like that big of a deal. Like if they remade Jaws or something, I might boycott it. But with The Exorcist Believer, I'm just hoping for some fun to be had with it. If it's mid, honestly, that's not the worst thing that it could possibly do. I'm gonna be real. If it's just a middle of the road 5 out of 10, I'll take it. I'm not even expecting that. So I hope it's decent. I respect your opinion of not going to see it. I gotta see it though. I gotta know. I gotta know. And did David Gordon Green, did he pour his heart out into this one? Did he make it happen? I don't know. I've heard not so many good things and I'm scared about it, but God, I want it to be good. God, I want it to be good so bad, man. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for the film and I hope it's good, but who knows? Who knows, man? Johnny, I really do appreciate your support, my friend. And thank you for the kind words. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Gaz Hearsome is saying, you see the trailer for Dark Harvest? Dude, there's been so many trailers the past couple of days. It's been crazy, man. Dark Harvest. No, I have not seen this one. I've seen a bunch of trailers in the past couple of days, but this I have not. Dark Harvest. Ooh, 8 hours ago from MGM. Okay. Teens confront a legendary supernatural specter that emerges from the cornfields of a small Midwestern town. Says it came out on September 9th of last year, but that must not be right. Interesting. David Slade. I know this director. What else did he do? Oh, 30 Days of Night. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, I've seen some of his movies. Yeah, oh, this guy kicks ass. Yeah. He did Bandersnatch from Black Mirror. If you guys have not seen that, I recommend it. It's a fun little Netflix thing. I don't know if it's still up or not with streaming services taking shit down. But that's really interesting. Shit. Okay, he's the director of it. I'm fucking in, dude. I'm so down to check this out. It's listed under fantasy too, not necessarily horror, even though that plot description was very horror to me, but cool. Shit, Gaz, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check this out as soon as possible. Good stuff. Legion's throwing $2 out there saying doofy voice. I'm not going to do the doofy voice. I'm going to get canceled if I do that. Hi, Gail. Gail Swallows. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Fucking Officer Doofy, man. What a character. What a goddamn movie. Thank you for the $2, my friend. I do really appreciate. I really appreciate that. We need a scary movie legacy sequel. That's what we need. We need Doofy back. We need the sequel to that. He was the fucking killer the whole time. I gotta know. Gotta know where he's at, Legion. Gotta know, man. Ty is saying Dark Harvest was supposed to come out last year, but obviously didn't. Hopefully it's coming to theaters. I hope so too, man. That David Slade, I completely forgot about that director. I'm trying to think what I covered. I covered something of his like a little while ago. I cannot remember for the life of me, but he's a really good director. I love a lot of his movies. Very excited to see what this one's all about. So many underground horror directors that people don't talk about. Okay, I got to look this up because the guy that made The Strangers, and I'm talking about the first one, not the sequel, because that is a different director, Brian Bertino, in my opinion, one of the most underrated, under-talked about horror directors. I don't know why no one talks about his movie from 2020 called The Dark and the Wicked. So scary, so well done. If you guys have not seen it, I recommend the hell out of it. I'm trying to think what else he did. This movie Mockingbird, I don't think I've seen this. Oh, The Monster. I'm not crazy about The Monster. I'm not gonna lie, but The Strangers and The Dark and the Wicked, though, so good. Like such good movies. I highly recommend them. So good. I don't know. So many underrated horror directors that I could just talk about for hours. Great stuff. What else do we got here? Hey, Doofy, come here. Smell my finger. Florence Pugh is the opening kill for Scream 7. Ooh. A solid choice, an actress that has been in a lot of horror movies. If it's Don't Worry, Darling, Midsummer, those are the only two that come to mind. Oppenheimer, kind of horror. I mean, filled with existential dread, so I'll take it. So I'm down for that. That could be fun. I with Christopher Landon though, Christopher Landon's directing. I kind of want like Jessica Roth or Catherine Newton to be the opening kill. That'd be so fitting. To have one of his like mainstay actresses at the opening scene. That'd be really fun. Movies and Politics is saying, any advice on making a Scream fan film? Also, are you excited for Saw and The Exorcist? For making a Scream fan film, what I will say is just every element to... I always try to think of something different when people ask me this question, but every element to a film, some kind of crazy amount of thought has gone into that. Like the shots, the cinematography, the writing especially, casting of characters. I think when you're doing all these things, you got to put even more work into it than you would ever think. Like, it seems like, oh, yeah, I'll just pick up the camera and start shooting. No, don't do that. Get people to, get someone specifically, their one job is to run the camera. Get someone to run audio. Get someone to be your gaffer. Work with lights. Have a whole team of people on just lights. That's so important. Lighting a shot is so important. It's an art. It's an art form that people don't really address. This is why we can't use AI. It's because all of these things need real people to work with and adjust and to make something that's different, you know, to make something that's hasn't looked this way before. And you can do that when you understand like basic principles, like how to light a shot or how to film a certain sequence depending on what you're trying to shoot. So for me, like the first thing you need to do when making anything is just study what you're trying to emulate. So a Scream fan film. What I did before I even wrote any of Red Right Hand is I watched all 5 of the movies again. I watched all 5 of them in a row, and I was just like, okay, feel like I got a vibe here that I can try to emulate, and I just sat down and wrote it. So think about these things. Think about the technical side of things. Think about the creative side of things. Why is Sydney getting chased here and not later on? You know, why are we doing that? Like, what does this signify in the story? Try to think about these things. Try to figure out why this choice was made and try to make those choices on your own. It's not an easy thing to do, but make it happen. Tanya Holt is with us. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Saying the opening scene of Scream 7 would be amazingly shocking if one of the core 4 or Gale got killed. Tanya, you know, for the longest time, I've been on the fence about this, but I think this is the route we need to go. I think we need to establish that, hey, these characters are going to die. Like, some of these characters are going to die in this film, and right from the get-go, here we go. I've been worried about this for a long time because I'm like, would that be too dark of a tone setter? But also, is this going to be a darker Scream film? I don't know. Like, maybe that's perfect for the kind of Scream 7 that they're trying to make. Or maybe that completely goes against the super happy, uplifting final chapter that this is supposed to be. I'm not sure. But I think it all goes to show like what the tone of the film is going to be. Scream 6, the whole tone is we're trying some new shit out in every facet of the formula. We're going to, have more killers than we've ever had. We're going to reveal a Ghostface early on. We're going to break some rules here. And they do many times in Scream 6. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like Ghostface with a shotgun. Some people... I'm trying to think. So, some people don't like how brutal and gory some of the deaths are, and that's totally fine. That's, it's a creative choice, and I really fucking dig it. But if that's not for you, that's all good. But with Scream 7, I feel like whatever the opening scene is going to signify how the rest of the movie is going to flow. I was sold with Scream 6 when they did something utterly shocking in that opening scene that I just simply did not see coming. It was a big treat for fans of the franchise. So for me, if they were to go this route and kill a core 4 member, that's going to be emotional. You may, I know a lot of people don't like Mindy, but let's say like Mindy or someone like that is the opening kill. That's going to be a really emotional kill. That is, no matter how you spin it. We've been following this person for 2 movies. We've learned to really like them. And that would be a shame. It'd be like really sad if something like that happened. So killing off a returning character, unless it's Danny, because like I just don't care about Danny. I'm sorry. Me personally, maybe you love him. And if you do, it'll be an emotional kill. But for me, if they do something like this, the rest of the movie better follow suit and have a similar tone. Started off dark, have the ending be dark. Parallels and all that fun shit. I hope Scream 7 does away with an opening sequence and just use that 20 minutes to build meaningful characters and story. That might be interesting. Also, do away with the 10-minute killer monologue to explain what we just saw. Oh, but that's Scream, my friend. That's every Scream movie does that. Here's why I'm doing all of this, Sydney. Instead of killing you, I'm going to explain my plan. Even though that's probably not how any of this would go down in real life. I mean, look, you're right, but it's Scream, It's like, yeah, of course the killer's gonna spell out everything that they're doing, even if that's completely unrealistic. It's movies, baby. It's movies. Sometimes we gotta, sometimes to progress the story, you gotta break reality, you know? And every good movie, I think, does that in some way, shape, or form. Tom is with us tonight saying, what's up, everyone catching the stream from work? Welcome, Tom. I'm sorry if I'm saying anything too gross and your coworkers are just like, who the fuck is Tom listening to? Jesus Christ. This guy's a fucking nutcase. I'm not disagreeing with them. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. just to clarify there. Wrestling God is saying, hey, Jake, there is more with the idea. Oh, man. The girl's name is Annie Mocker. She is not related. Oh, she's not related to Stu, but they have same last name. It's like a tribute to Stu and Annie Brackett. You're combining the two characters together. I get you. That would be fun. That could be fun, man. If I ever do something else with Red Right Hand, it would probably. Here's what I'll promise. No, I won't promise that. I'm not going to promise that. But what I will say is, if I ever do another Red Right Hand and there's a Scream movie or something, I'm going to do something that I feel like this trilogy should have commented on. There's something that I'm thinking they may or may not focus on regarding this next film, and if they don't, I have an idea. I have an idea, and I plan on doing something with it. But if not, if they do touch on that in Scream 7, let the big dogs handle it. But man, if they don't do something with this next film, I may make another one. That's a whole new story. Logan C is saying, do you prefer Scream movies with a stronger sense of pure horror, or do you prefer a comedic effect? That's tough. I think what I love about Scream so much is they find a balance between the two. Like Scream 6, like perfectly does that, in my opinion. There's a lot of really silly moments that crack me up. There's a lot of dark moments as well. Scream 4, I think, does that really well. The original Scream does that really well. But for me, something with Scream that I'm worried about, another thing that another concern I have for Scream 7 is sometimes Scream movies lean too far into the comedic side of things, to the point where we will have an entire sequence that does not serve the story and ends up just being something that does not age well. I'm looking at Scream 2, I'm looking at Scream 3. And the biggest thing with those two movies for me is in Scream 2, we have a musical number that comes out of absolutely fucking nowhere. The cast didn't even know why it was involved in the movie, and it really doesn't further the plot besides the whole Greek letters thing, which also is not a thing, fun fact. That does not happen at college. Not in my experience, at least. So I just don't know. I worry that leaning too much into the comedic side of things, that's an issue. If Scream leans a little more into horror, I haven't really seen them do that all that much. I mean, Scream 6 a little bit leans a little more into horror, I would say, but like I think they could push it even farther, personally. As long as you don't lose the comedy side of things, because you have to have that. It's Scream. You know, you got to have a little comedy. You got to have a little farce in there. You got to have some jokes, some commentary, some horror commentary. And why not have that in a silly little goofy scene? I think about Tatum in the first movie, who's constantly the delivery mechanism of that. Like, oh, you're starting to sound like one of those Wes Carpenter flicks. That's funny, but it's not like in your face, haha, this is comedy. You gotta laugh at this joke. You know, like I love that we can still have these really scary moments. Ghostface is out there in the trees and shit, fucking vibing. Like, what? What the hell is Ghostface doing back there? But you can also have those comedic moments too. The best Scream movies, in my opinion, find a balance between these two things. That's so important to the success of one of these films, especially with Scream 7 coming up. Legion's throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate you. Saying, I feel like William Bloodworth is an aberration of death. How else would he know the victim's survivor's kind of creepy? That could be interesting. Someone was suggesting earlier that maybe he's gone through this and survived it before, and that's how he knows all the rules, or maybe he is some kind of version of death that's materialized. I don't know. I'm very excited to find out. I think there is a human side to him, though. That's the one thing I'm curious to find out about in I almost said Scream 6. In Final Destination 6, I'm excited to learn more about the character, because I feel like we've only gotten like glimpse into who this very vague character is. It's very mysterious. He's even like in the first one especially, just so mysterious and so weird. He's just feels like all of his scenes are coming out of a fucking fever dream or something. So I'm excited to find out what his backstory is, what they end up writing for that. We got Guy Busick and Laurie Taylor Evans in the writer's chair. I believe Jeffrey Reddick also had a hand creatively in it. That, multiple writers always has me worried, but I am excited. I'm still excited to see what they end up doing with it. But I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to deliver on what a Final Destination 6 needs to deliver on, which is some crazy fucking setups and some crazy fucking kills. Some premonitions, people dying in very elaborate and insane ways. If it's via, logs off of a truck, if it's a goddamn escalator, whatever. I'm very excited to find out what they end up doing with that. Very akin to Saw. I think the Final Destination movies, one of the biggest attractions I have to them is just, how are they going to kill people? Like, how are they going to do it? You don't have a slasher, but you have all of these things that could happen. It's kind of like 1,000 Ways to Die, but like the horror, the slasher franchise, essentially. What are they going to do? What's the next way that they're going to find to kill people? What kind of area or location could they kill a bunch of characters at? I'm excited to find out. It's always fun. It's always fun to get that answer too. So Legion, thank you for the $5, my friend. Can't wait for Final Destination 6. Very exciting update today too. Damn. Just give me Ghostface versus Survivors with upgrade style fight choreography and filming. Oh, I love that shit. If the survivors are going to survive dumb shit, we might as well have the action sequences be a little out there as well. I'm not against anything you're saying right now, Blucka. I mean, for me, Blucka, I think you know how I feel about, like Chad living through the end of that last movie. It doesn't bug me as much because, like, I think if I had an issue with that, it would be like, well, then why do you like Evil Dead 2013, Jake? It's like, come on, how do you not have an issue with that, but you do with this? I can't have an issue with it. I just can't. Was I a little like, really? He's alive? Like when that happened? Of course I was. But it's fun. It's a callback to something they've already done in the franchise before. It's not completely out of place. Like if they never, in Scream 2, if Dewey died and did not live through the multiple stabs he went through, I would have looked at Scream 6 and been like, what the fuck? What the fuck are y'all doing? But there's motivation behind it. And I've said this before in reviews on sequels or continuations of any sort. I'm always a little less harsh on them because they do things like this. Where it's like, hey, we're going to have this character follow a similar arc to something that happened before in the past. And it's like, yeah, does it stretch reality even further than Scream 2 does? Of course it does. But it's like, we did that before in the past, though. And people kind of had the same issue back then. Now we have the same issue with Chad, of course. And we're just stepping it up because it's modern. And it's also the 6th entry in the franchise versus the 2nd. So I get it. I get why that decision was made. It's not, to me, it's not outright like, why the fuck would they do that? I get it. There's motivation behind it. I think for me, something that, what bugs me about movies, shit I'll complain about in my reviews, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard, is when a movie does something that I just feel like doesn't have motivation. They just wanted to hit this point because they wanted to. And there's really nothing in the story that lends itself to it. That's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to movies. The Nun 2, I feel like, does that a lot. It's like, well, we got to do this because it's a Conjuring movie. We got to have a secondary antagonist. It's a Conjuring movie. All of them do that. And there's a random secondary antagonist in the movie that feels random at that. I look back at the first Conjuring movie, which you have Bathsheba as your main villain. It's played by Joseph Bashara. Great fucking scary villain. But then you have Annabelle as well. And it doesn't feel random because you set that up from the beginning that Annabelle was brought back to the Warrens' house. And of course, the little girl is super curious. She tries to get into the creepy room earlier on in the film. And then what do you know? That comes back in the third act and it heavily affects the plot. I feel like a lot of Conjuring movies, most of them, in fact, have done this where there's this secondary antagonist that doesn't really fit the movie. And it feels pointless. The only reason they're trying to hit that beat is because that was something that was praised about the original Conjuring film. But with Scream, I understand why they did some of the things that they did. I get it. I also get why people have criticisms of it too. It is a misstep in some people's eyes. But for me, it's fun. It's like, okay, cool. We did this in a previous movie and I like Chad, so I get why you would want to keep him alive. If he was an asshole character, then I would be like, what the fuck? Chad's been a dick to Jenna Ortega this whole movie. Yeah, he should die. But that wasn't the case. So for me, it fits the vibe of the film, and it's like, okay, I get it. It's Scream. But for me, I do agree. Let's go over the top. Let's have some crazy action sequences. Let's do that. Let's make it happen. Movies in Full is saying, I understand that people get annoyed that Chad lived, but there have been cases that people have actually survived things similar or worse. For example, the Slender Man girls. Oh shit, I don't even. Ugh. I've heard very little things about that. I hear it's fucked up, but yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, people have survived things like this. Like, there's stories about people who, like, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but people who've gotten like shot in the head multiple times and have lived. And it's like, what? Like, that sounds insane, but it's like, no, I've read stories. It's crazy. It does happen. But what I will say is I am expecting Scream 7 to comment on that. Scream 3 and Scream 4, they do kind of talk about that a little bit. Dewey gets made fun of a lot in Scream 3. And he's limping around. I mean, I know that was an injury from the first movie, but he's made fun of a lot in that movie for surviving. And that's because at the time people criticized Scream 2 for his survival. So I hope they do the same thing with the next movie. Look at Scream 6 with Sam. After Scream 5 came out, everyone was like, oh, Sam Carpenter's the worst. She can't act. It's the worst performance I've ever seen in a Scream movie. It's insane criticism, in my opinion, but that was something a lot of people took away from that film for some reason. I think people were just mad that Sydney wasn't in it as much. But I think that's going to be something that they end up address, just like how they did in Scream 6 with Sam. Sam talks about like, oh, it sucks being this hated. It's like, what the fuck? And then, what do you know? Everyone likes her now. I hope they do the same thing with Chad in the next movie. It's like everyone's kind of, making fun of him a little bit. It's like, dude, you're a pincushion. You just keep getting stabbed and you don't help out. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be a fun thing for him to like kind of struggle with in the film and try to, actually try to be competent. And maybe he does. Maybe he gets a big win in the third act. That could be really cool. Maybe we can turn this, what some people see as a misstep, into something a little more fun. Something a little more fun and serves a new story arc. That could be cool. Because I feel like we're going to start the movie with Tara and Chad dating, right? So I don't think that there's going to be any conflict there. Maybe they're together, they're in a relationship. But then we could have, Chad kind of struggling with that. He doesn't feel like he's competent in these situations, and he wants to protect his girlfriend. Motivation, multiple motivations from the last movie and on top of things we've set up in the previous film. That could be fun. Oh, this has been such a fun stream, everybody. Holy shit. I just want to go for like 3 more hours. Legion is throwing $5 out there. Thank you so much again, my friend. Saying, or what if William Bloodworth is death in Final Destination? Like he's Santa Claus in a way. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Legion, it's way too early for Christmas, man. I don't want to be thinking about that until November. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I could get into that too. That could be fun. Maybe he is the embodiment of death, but I do feel like he's a human. I definitely feel like at his core, this is a human being who has had some kind of awful experience with this in the past. That's why he's been able to talk about it and, also stay in the background, not get involved. Because that's a big facet to his character too. Why has he just kind of popped in every now and then and given our characters advice, but then just backed out? What's with all that? What's going on there? I want to know more. I'm very excited to hear more about this character's backstory in Final Destination 6, which, if you're just joining us, I saw a few people pop in. Tony Todd has been confirmed for Final Destination 6, which is great. Great news. He's not in all the Final Destination movies, but let's be honest, he's in the good ones. He's in the good ones. And that gives a lot of faith for this upcoming project, which will film in Vancouver as soon as the strikes are over. Very exciting stuff for Final Destination 6. I can't fucking wait. William Bloodworth is back, baby. Oh, losing my mind over here, Legion. I can't wait. Thank you for the $5, man. Thank you again. Blucka wants to have a cult of ghost faces run into John Wick or Bob Odenkirk from nobody. I still have to see that movie, Blucka. I hear it's fantastic. And see what happens is all I'm saying. I think we should do that. I think we absolutely should do that. Fuck. Ghostface fighting John Wick in New York. What if What if we just decide in the next movie it takes place in New York again in the John Wick universe at the same time as like John Wick 2 or some bullshit? That would be fun. No. No. Oh my God. Nobody 2 is a must. Didn't that get confirmed if I remember? I can't remember. Can't remember, Darius. I thought they were doing that. I can't remember though. It is 10:28 a.m. Thursday here in Sydney, Australia, and you have a killer headache. Oh, I'm so sorry, Wayne. Hope your morning's going good. Hello to the future. I'm still in the past, still in Wednesday, which is crazy. It's 8:30 here for old Jake. 8:30 at night. Oh, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night, man. Gonna fucking. You guys don't care though. You guys are like, Jake, I don't care. I'm here to listen to horror talk, and you're bitching about what you're gonna do with the rest of your night. I don't even know. I don't know. I might chill. I worked all day. I think I'm gonna watch something. Oh, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and old Jake's gonna take a nap. Ghostface slicing John's bullets in half. Oh my God, that would be so fucking funny. Maybe he pulls out the shotgun too. They're fighting with shotguns. That could be fun. We definitely need a Bob Odenkirk Ghostface. Oh my God, Better Call Saul. His fucking monologue at the end. That'd be crazy. Imagine the reveal and it's Keanu. Oh my God. Oh shit. Him in a Scream movie. I just watched a Scanner Darkly, which I don't know if anyone has seen that, but it's a great Keanu Reeves movie I had just never seen before. Excellent performance from him, Robert Downey Jr., Woody Harrelson. Holy shit. Really good movie in my opinion. A little slow to get into, but that's my one criticism. It's just a lot of the movie is just kind of a candid portrayal of these certain types of characters, but oh my God, the ending is just great. Fuck, Sarah, I'm so sorry. Sarah, I just keep forgetting to watch The fucking Fourth Kind. You know what I'm going to do right now? And I don't even care. I don't even care that I have 45 people watching me. I'm going to literally turn on my TV right now, and I'm going to go to Tubi, and I'm going to click on The Fourth Kind, and I'm just going to have it up there. And so help me if I forget at this point. I don't know. Then I'm just a fucking moron. Hang on. Just everyone pause for 2 seconds, okay? I am wearing pants today, by the way, for those who care. I'm gonna turn this on my damn TV real quick so that I don't forget for Sarah. I'm not gonna forget this time. The Barbie movie is out, just in case anyone is wondering. All right. All right, we're good. We're back. I got it pulled up. I'm ready to go now. I promise. I'm not going to forget, Sarah. I will not. I just keep doing that and I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. My apologies. All right, everybody. Jake's got to go because I have homework to do now, as you can see. Absolutely love talking with all you guys so much. Thank you for the support tonight. You guys are the fucking best. I will be live again, most likely during the day tomorrow, and then a late night stream on Friday. So come hang out, come say hey. And I also need to watch Dracula from 2020. I will make that happen, Blanca. I'm going to stay up all night and just watch all your guys' recommendations. That's what I'm going to do. Fuck it. Who needs a life? Who needs a life when I can just stay up all night and watch horror movies? You know, that's honestly, that's what I should do. But I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and hopefully I'll see you again later this week. And I'm off to Harvard, as Wayne is saying. I got it. I'm in law. I'm in Harvard Law. Just kidding. Love you guys. Peace out. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. See ya.